If you want to learn to sew in 2025 or you're just new to sewing, here's a bunch of affordable things that you can add to your Christmas list. The first thing are these magnetic wristbands. This is my favorite sewing gift I've ever received, and you just slap it on there. So instead of using a pin cushion, you just put the pins right there as you're sewing. It saves so much time and I love it. I don't have these yet, but I wish I did. Get yourself some iron safe pins. The colorful ones are just plastic and they will melt right into your fabric. My machine came with like 3 empty bobbins. I thought that was gonna be enough at first. It is not. You will go through bobbins so fast. Get yourself a bunch of empty bobbins, and a bobbin case is so useful. Getting yourself some nice safety pins is a lifesaver. Do not do what I did and just pick up a random safety pin that's been sitting in the bottom of your drawers for years and years and use it to thread elastic through a waistband and halfway through have it break on you and just stuck in the waistband. Get yourself some nice, sturdy safety pins. Unfortunately, you will need one of these bad boys. It's a seam ripper. You probably will cry while you're using it, but you need one. A rotary cutter is not necessary, but they are so nice to have around. If you already have one of these, that's great. Add some extra blades to your Christmas list because they will dull after a while. If you have a rotary cutter, you are going to need a cutting mat. This is not the cheapest thing. This might have cost me about $20, and honestly, I would love to have a bigger one, but they are upwards of maybe $50 or $60. So it is an investment, but I love these things. I love these little clippies. I use them way more than I use pins, but I also lose them all the time. These are always a great item to add to your Christmas list. You're gonna need a really nice pair of fabric shears. Now, are these fabric shears? No, they're not. I also need a pair of fabric shears, but I've heard they're great to have. You are gonna need an ironing board and an iron. Now, I've had these guys since I was in college. I don't think I used it once until I took up sewing a few months ago. And I would also recommend getting yourself a full-size one. This is just what I have. One day I'll upgrade. If you add thread to your Christmas list, I would just ask for a bunch of neutrals, especially white. You will go through white threads so fast. I wouldn't go crazy with the colors because you just never know what sort of fabric you're gonna be needing them for, so I'd stick with the neutrals. If you're thinking about gifting fabric to somebody else or you're going to ask for fabric, I would recommend a minimum of 3 yards. Most of the pants, shirts, all the clothes that I've made usually call for 2 to 2.5 yards of fabric, so I would just go with a minimum of 3 yards just to be safe. While I would not qualify this as an affordable gift, if you have someone in your life who wants to gift you a sewing machine, I absolutely love mine. It's the Singer M3220. It does sometimes struggle with bulk, with sewing a lot of bulk. And I've heard that people love their brother sewing machines. I've heard Genome is a really good brand too. But this guy I got refurbed from Walmart for like $70 or $80, so I cannot complain. He's done me well. It's a great beginner sewing machine. Let me know if I missed some things. I'm sure that I did, but those are all the things that I would ask for if I was just starting out sewing.